Welcome everyone. There's nobody here because I got it out late. Sorry guys. I forgot it was Tuesday. All the rain and everything going on. I forgot it was Tuesday. So for any of you that are gonna show up or even in here, I'm here. So I'll just sit here and rattle by myself for a few minutes and until somebody comes in here. Like I said, I am so sorry. I forgot all about it. It was Brian Wilkerson that reminded me, and I thought, man, I almost forgot all about it. So I am glad he reminded me, and thank you, Brian, for that. Let's see if I can get it pulled up on my phone. There's Alicia. What's happening? There's Brian. I was just talking bad about you, man. No, I'm kidding. uh, so yeah, like I said, it's been raining last 2 days, so I've just been working in here, trying to do stuff in here, cleaning the camper, reorganizing, rearranging, all that kind of good stuff. There's Joe. What's happening? And Charlene. So how's life, Joe? You know, it was cold here this morning. It was like 54 or something this morning when I got up. There's Pearly May. Yeah, it was cold. Ready for Saturday's Gator game. Well, up here, Joe, I can't get the Gator game up here. I don't have all those, I don't have all that fancy stuff, like ESPN and SEC network and all that kind of good stuff. So I got to suck it up. Who else we got there? There's Palm Mom. And so anyway, yeah, it's like I said, it was chilly. You see, I got my shirt on. So I'll be somehow I'll try to find it or see if I can get it to stream on YouTube or at least get part of the game anyway. Um, anyway, yeah, like I said, it's been raining, so I just been cleaning and organizing and trying to, the camper, now that they're gone out of the camper, they got all their stuff out of the camper finally. Mary and Miley did, so I've been in there reorganizing everything and just trying to make it a little more comfortable. So in case this winter, in case I don't have everything done this winter for being out here, then at least I can hibernate in the camper and not feel like I'm sitting in a box. Last year, well, year before last, when we first got here, that sitting in that box in the wintertime, that got old quick, boy. Uh, there's Ariel. What's happening? Yeah, it's right now. It's only 69 degrees outside, so yeah. It's 75 in here, and for me, 75 is just comfortable. I'm quite happy with 75. So, I talked to my daughter this morning, and via text anyway, and she said it was like 39 up there in Michigan. So, I'm like, good Lord, man, that in August, y'all. I mean, what is up with that? But to be in the 50s here in August, it's like, okay, I just don't get it. Oh, no, Charlene, I can't, me, I don't do the cold very well. Me and cold I do not mess with that stuff, man. I just can't do it. Oh, so this is I met this, well, I haven't met him yet, but one of the subscribers reached out to me about a door and you see, I just put the video out on that. So some of you will see that here in a little bit. But offered he called me up and offered me a door, and I come to find out it was a metal door, but no frame. So uh, this is we got to talking about the VA and all that kind of stuff. He's a veteran as well, and we had a great text conversation that was very cool, and really enjoyed that. So he's going to hook me up with some other people that might be able to help me get through some of the struggles from my VA disability. So we're going to work on that here soon. But yeah, I got up at like my ears ringing so bad last night, y'all. I couldn't sleep at all. Like I only slept I went to bed about 10:30 and woke up at 2 and was not able to go back to sleep at all. I just couldn't take it no more. So got up, ate some ibuprofen, sit here and played on the computer for a little bit, and then started doing stuff. And uh, right, Alicia, I agree. Yeah, the garden doesn't like it either. So I got up anyway, gave all three of the dogs a bath, made them a big old pot of stuff, you know, so they've got this like homemade concoction that's got rice in it, or noodles and potatoes and stuff like that, and corn, carrot, and carrots and peas. Did I say not corn? But yeah, I got up and did all that, and as I say, been just tinkering around here, trying to get this stuff going on here. I've got you'll see in the video later. I've got some stuff coming up there, and some projects that I'm might be able to get done here soon. Now that everybody else's projects are slowing down and coming to an ease, and I'll be able to get some of my stuff done. Misplaced Country Girl, good evening, good evening. Uh, I don't remember ever seeing cool weather like this in August. And you can ask, you know, Joe, he's from down there in Gainesville where we're from. And you know it's probably cooking down there too. Hey, there's Greg. What's happening, Greg? Lost a batch of canning. Last batch of canning, green beans. Oh man. You know, I am one of them. I am one of them people. I can just sit and eat green beans like you, especially if they're hot and you know they're cooked right. They're just I can sit down and just eat a can of those with salt. So the troublemaker here, y'all have seen the door. So yeah, that was crazy. I ended up having to bolt a big piece of metal to the door to keep her from messing with it. Misplaced Country Girl says it was only in the 70s here today. Yeah, it's not. It hasn't even hit 70 here yet. It's just now 68. So yeah, it never even hit 70 here today. Can have as many as I can pick, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that here soon. Figuring out how to do that. You know, Mary's been the grower around here, so now I've got to kind of I'm gonna start doing some of that myself here soon. My focus is getting the truck going, getting this barn insulated, and then next year for sure I am going to be doing some of that. I've already got a spot picked out for it. That's got some. I found some. It's got some really nice dirt in it, so I think it'll be okay to do that. And we'll be getting there. Brian says 82 out there. He's in North Carolina. Uh, Early May, 88 degrees. And see, that's kind of normal for down there, right, Burley? I think that's kind of normal for Louisiana, Northwest Louisiana. You know, that cold front didn't get quite down as far as Louisiana, but it got down just far enough for us. So, plan on canning, freezing, or drying. Yeah. My my big thing is I like green beans. I don't like to crack them or pop them, whatever you got to do to them. You got to take the tips off and all that kind of stuff and cook them. I don't mind if they're just frozen, and then you know I can boil them up myself. I'll eat them that way. Um, okay, Doris Antoine from Central Coast, North Carolina. Cool, South Central Coast, North Carolina. Okay, Ariel says Mary's been ringing for years. I wear over-the-ear headphones 24/7. I listen to YouTube, hypnosis, and other streaming shows. Yeah, you know, the VA hooked me up with these hearing aids, right? Bluetooth hearing aids about, oh, God, 7 years ago or so, 6 or 7 years ago. And they said they were like $10,000. I put them things in, and they're little tiny things, you know. I put them in, they're Bluetooth and got the app and all that stuff. All that did was amplify everything. And it was like, oh my God, I couldn't deal with that. Because I hear, I think, well, they say I've got quite a bit of hearing loss, but I think I hear okay to a point, you know, for what I have going on there. Greg says it's 78 in Crockett, California. Wow. That's Northern California, Crockett, though, is right. So, anyway, they bought me these hearing aids, and I'm just like, that doesn't do me a bit of good because now all it does amplify everything. But my ringing is so loud at times that like I can't sleep at all. So I only sleep on the average 2 to 3 hours at most, and then I'll wake up 4 or 5 times, and then I'll go back to sleep. and then then I'll wake up 4 or 5 times again. But uh, constant ringing. Oh yeah, and Alicia, mine is so loud, like it's unbearable a lot of times. I'm gonna say probably 70, 80% of the time it is so loud that it's really just hard to tolerate the world with it. But I deal with it. 67 in Scranton. Wow, Scranton, PA, and your temperature is about the same as ours in Arkansas right now. What's that telling you? Etienne, cooking meatloaf. All right, I'll be right there. I'll just jump in Bertha and be right there. uh, so anyway, yeah, that's. I will get there soon. I know I will. I just gotta get all of this stuff going on here. I'll get there, y'all, and I'll be able to get my disability here soon. Um, I'll be talking to Scott and a few others here have been trying to help me get that thing going. There's Judy. What's happening? Yeah, I know, right? Finally got the rain. And y'all watch the video after this is over with, and you'll see how all my dirt work is done. There's Lori Carp. What's happening? And you'll see how all my dirt work is done out here. I can't spill them beans. You got to watch the video, even though I know y'all will watch it anyway. But I can't spill all the beans. You got to go check it out. Um, excuse me. So anyway, all that's going on, and you see, I got the blanket covering up my laundry. I've been doing laundry because all my stuff is so dusty. I just haven't had a chance to, because it hangs out all the time. So it's like you always got to keep your laundry covered up. And right now I got it sitting on the couch because I'm trying to rearrange that in there. So just to say, there's a lot of stuff just scattered all over back here. There's Laura Dink and Tank. What's happening? And it's getting there, y'all. It's just a mess right now. I'm slowly but surely getting there. Figure I'd take advantage of this, rain, and we've got now it's so muddy. I can't really do a whole lot outside. I really don't want to get out there and walk around in it. There's Tracy. I was just talking about you. Uh, and she was the one that's supposed to get the 3 inches and never got it. And we got the rain right here. Jonesy, what's happening, my friend? G'day, mate. So anyway, I can't really do a lot outside, so I've just been doing all this kind of stuff in the barn as much as possible here. And like I said, trying to get the camper reorganized, get this ready for what's going to happen down there. And that's going to be happening here soon. So I figured, why not? Just I need a little time off anyway. I mean, I say time off, but I needed some time to be able to take care of this stuff anyway. And again, now that everything's kind of chilling out with everybody else's projects a little bit, and this rain is helping a bunch. I can take that. Saving the cabin, bracing up that wall. Oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta get the. I gotta put that video out. That's my version of that will be coming out tomorrow. But that's like like I was saying in the video there with David's there. That's one of those jobs that I am used to doing. I used to work on a lot of those houses down in Florida, and we called it the duck pond, that area down there. And Joe will know what I'm talking about. A lot of those old houses in the duck pond area, walls falling down, rotted out, what have you, like that. And that was just one of those things I just happened to be very good at. Let me scan back up here real quick because all of a sudden the chat just flew on me. Dale Burnett, upstate New York, in the the Fingerless area. Okay, I never quite heard it called the Fingerless area, or is that the Finger Lakes area? I love that area, the Finger Lakes. I've been up there so many times, and that just I love the racetrack up there, and that is just so beautiful up there. Greetings from West by God, Virginia. Hello, Cheryl. All right, let me catch up everybody real quick here. There's Tony. What's happening, my friend? So When do you think you will get to work on your truck? Um, that's actually going to be coming here soon. I can't spill those beans yet on y'all. So uh, I've got something in the works to make that happen for me. And now it's rain, so everything's mud, so I can't be out there doing anything this week anyway. So, or probably not even for a few days after next week, because it takes, this mud takes a bit to dry out here. So, um, I'm hoping that all of this other stuff will go through. Sylvia K, what's happening? From England, jolly old England. Anyway, so there's stuff in the works to help me make that happen, and because I realized the other day that while I was up underneath there playing around with it, actually, yeah, he's gonna get the jack. I don't know if it's gonna be this payday or not. Um, this payday for everybody around here uh, hit us all hard. So I'm not sure if it's going to happen right away or not. That the jack part anyway. But there is something coming that's going to solve that problem. And I can't tell you what it is. I really want to. I really do. I really do. But I can't do it. uh, but you'll see that here soon. I've been back there working on the area for it and all that kind of stuff right now to get all that put together. So when you see the video, you'll kind of get an idea of what I'm doing, but I can't tell you what I'm doing. So some of you will figure it out, though. I know you will, because you have smart cookies. uh, 5-year-old and 2-year-old grandsons. Oh man, yeah. That if we could harness some of that energy and put it back into us when we're old, you know what I mean? Man, wouldn't that be a Charles? Beans, beans, beans. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Artie's gonna bite me if I do. That's the only good bull I had on short notice for that one. Lee Stone, so glad to see you drinking the Coke and not something else. Oh yeah. I'm not stressing, Lee. I promise you on all that. Like I enjoy beer. I really do. For me, I'm not the type to. I'm just not into. I don't drink beer for anything else other than just the taste of beer. And once I get a couple in me, then I'm pretty much done. But I just really, especially when it's really hot, I really just enjoy cold beer. And I know some of you don't see it that way, but I'm like I said, I'm really not that type to take it to an extreme at all. You know what I mean? I came from a family like that, and for me, that is just not my thing. There's Daryl. What's happening? You don't peel your beans; they are easier to pick up, right? uh, yeah, y'all go check out Radio Talk with Jonesy. There you go. I did watch one of your videos the other day, and I ended up nodding out, sitting here. Helen Cook. It's actually not hot here right now, Helen. It's only it's 68 degrees right now here. So yeah, hence the reason I got the sweatshirt on. I got sweatpants on and my boots and everything. It was cold this morning. Cheap plug? No, Jonesy, that's not a cheap plug. You take all the plugs you want to on here, brother. Put them up there, man. I don't mind at all. Y'all got to go check out Jonesy. He's got some really cool stuff down there about Tasmania that even I didn't know. And I'm kind of a big Australian kind of geek anyway. I love a lot about that country. I don't care for the South as much as I do the North, but in Michigan here, the heat index says 70, but actual temp is 67. Right? Well, Sally, that's what my daughter said. She said it was like 39 or something this morning up there, and I was like, "Good Lord, that was crazy." Got the windows open. It's glorious. Yeah. Well, see all of this behind me. If y'all can see the couch back here, all of that is going to be moving here soon, so I can open the windows and be able to get that air flowing. Hmm. I know can I say? Pearly May says, I'm so cold. Yeah, there you go, Tony. Tony's Tony and Judy. They are. Well, I guess Judy's technically from Arkansas, but he's a Louisiana Cajun. So there you go. So anyway, it was really cool talking to Scott last night. The fact that him and I shared a birthday, both veterans, it was pretty cool. Getting close to 4,000 on his watch hours. Awesome. Okay, y'all got to go over there and play some stuff for Jonesy. Get his watch hours up there. In fact, Jonesy, I will do that tonight. I will put your channel on for you tonight and just let it play while I'm sleeping. Thank you very much, Barbara. I appreciate that. Oh, Lee, don't even stress that. No, I'm not. You ain't got to apologize for that. No, I was just letting you know. I mean, like I said, I'm just not that type to take anything like that to an extreme. I've just never have been. Reverend Dream, there's somebody I haven't seen in a good while. How you been, my friend? Uh, okay, Pearlie says she's in Shreveport. Finally caught alive. Yeah, well, I hadn't seen you in a while. I didn't know if you were still around or what was going on, if you were okay. In fact, I actually thought about you the other day. I seen a guy on TV, and I was like, wow, that looks just like the old Reverend there. Uh, oh, I missed that. I seen somebody try to give me a compliment here. Hang on, I got to check it out. uh, Thank you very much, Sherry. I appreciate that very, very much. There it is. Thank you very much, Don. I appreciate that too. Okay, Judy says 10 years and that I can't even pronounce that. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I know that stuff, those words down there in Cajun country. I'm an honorary Kunes. That's too funny. Uh, I used to drive to pick up paper down there in South Louisiana. And I'm talking about as far south as you can possibly drive from this place down there. Big rolls of paper. And used to have to wait and get a translator down there because most of them spoke French. I didn't have a clue what they were talking about. Oh, thank you very much, Reverend. I appreciate that. I forgot your first name though. I can't for the life of me remember what it is, but uh, I do remember the. I mean, I knew your face, everything else, but I can't remember your first name, so I apologize for that. There was so many people at that meetup when we first met that was like I was a little bit overwhelmed with all of that. For me, that's you know, there's Gypsy Trails. What's happening, Randall? So I was like I said, a little thrown back at that meetup. I'm not a big get together type of person, so it kind of threw me off. David, that's right. They call you the Dream. That's too funny. So Randall's up there, and well, how cold was it up there in Minnesota? I'm curious. Big Italian Elton is close to Kinder. Okay, sunflowers in Elton. So anyway, yeah, that's what's been happening here, and I wish I could show you all the wetness around here, but my drainage problem, I'm really getting her going, yo. I've been out working on the J pond, in between helping everybody else. Like I'll go out there and work 10 or 15 minutes on that each day. 70 today, huh? Guess what, Randall? It is just now 68 here. And that's pretty much the high for so far for the day. Oh, gave Peter some cats. I haven't seen old Peter in a while. I need to. Oh, one of these. I can't get around anyway, so I guess I say I want to go see people, but I can't get around to go see anybody. Like, speaking of someone I haven't seen or heard from in a while, is old Gary TP. I hadn't seen him in a bit either, or heard from him in a bit. Uh, Tony says he's driving home. We'll be safe with that, especially if it's raining down there. It finally quit up here. It hasn't rained much today, but I know they're saying we're supposed to get a bunch of it tomorrow. Uh, so where'd it go? Flew by me. Went too fast. All right, scan back up one more time. Oh yeah, but it's uh, the crazy part is that, it's cold now, but uh, they say in September is going to be above normal now. So we'll see. I got to go fix supper. Thank you, Pearly May, for joining us. I appreciate it. There's Joey. What's happening? Ever head to Russellville? Let's hook up. Oh, so that's where you're at? Dream is Russellville, huh? Okay. Well, I got to be getting over there soon. Russellville's not that far from where I'm at, so, keep Julia Granados in your prayers. She's in hospice now. Oh, man. Julia. Man. I'm sorry. I don't know if she can hear us or not, but man, that, man, that's not news you want to hear. I know she's been fighting hard with it, but now she's in hospice, so that's that's usually your way out. That's the gateway, I guess you could call it. But that's just sad that that it's that time. I was hoping maybe it was going to get a miracle out of that, and she was going to turn it around and make something happen. But I guess when you got to go, you got to go. I know I would, like my daughter, fighting the whole cancer thing for so long before she passed, and then my mom, when she got cancer, they told her on a Friday, and that following Thursday she was gone. So it's like it didn't take, I don't know, it didn't take long at all. And then my other friend up here passing away too, and like Brett, and like, good Lord, man, you know, I've had enough death up here, y'all. Since I've been here, I've had my share of death, and I'm done with that already. Uh, Give me some good stuff. Give me some happy news. Tell me some babies are being born or something. But I'll keep smiling, because that's just what I do, one way or the other. You can't preach it if you're not doing it. You know what I mean? And like I tell everybody all the time, keep your smile, no matter what. Uh, Sometimes it's the hardest thing and to do, and you just got to keep going. You got to keep doing it. Forcing that smile, a lot of times, if you force it long enough, it finally happens, and you can do it. Uh, David, just email me your number, and I'll send you mine back real quick. Uh, can't leave Jesus waiting. Y'all celebrate when I go. That exactly. That's what I want everybody to do when I go too, is celebrate. I was talking to my daughter, the sister of the one that just passed here not long ago, and was telling her that when I go, don't waste any money on anything. Call the VA, and the VA will take care of it all, and they'll take care of everything else. If you get the ashes back, do what you want to with them. I won't care. I don't have any desires to be spread over a mountain or a lake or anything like that. I don't care about all that. Just save as much money as possible, and everybody have a big barbecue and celebrate. She's like, Dad, but you'll be past, and that's not a time to celebrate. And I was like, yes, Coach, I've told you that for years. That's a time to celebrate. Be happy, party, celebrate my life, And, I don't want to hear all the sadness, you know what I mean? Hey, there's Ace and Sandy. Yeah, actually, You know, it's funny when she breaks out, Sandy, she doesn't go anywhere. She doesn't take off running through the woods like when she gets out with Smokey. She stays right here. I come in and she's laying right here in the driveway. Like I just don't want to be locked up. Forgot you were on. Actually, you're fine because if it wasn't for Brian, I almost wasn't on because I forgot today was Tuesday. Yeah, you do. You just got to go with the flow. I agree, Cheryl. Go with the flow and just do whatever. Uh, let's see. I don't send flowers to the deceased. I donate $50 to the Humane Society. There you go. That's yeah. Don't be buying flowers, all that stuff. If I go, keep that money. Send it to the party if you want to send a few bucks to something, or go give it to a veteran. A homeless veteran that could use a meal for a few days. You know what I mean? That's the way I see that. Yeah. Well, it's called money, Mary. Pretty much, it's just money. You know. Uh, the channel took quite a hit there when we were having those issues and what have you like that, and the channel just took a major hit, and that we went from making this much down to making this much, and it just that hurt. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Just so y'all know, when we moved up here, I was making really good money before I started the YouTube thing, like really good money. Um, Hence, making the payments on everything was no big deal. Like I could make that in a day, easily. Um, or I say making a day, but in a few days I could make enough money to pay all my bills in just a few days. Um, and now, went to this. So, one of these days, there's midnight vlogs. One of these days, I'll get the truck back going, and I'm gonna keep tinkering along until I get it going. And once I get it going, then my name will get out there, and I'll start getting I'll get work, and I'll find work and what have you like that. But I know I am pretty much done trying to do a lot of work for other people with the backhoe, because it just seems like um, the few jobs that I've had up here with it, the people have just screwed me. So, like the guy over here, when I first come up here and did all that clearing for, guy stole my chainsaw, uh, said he was going to fix it, but then just flat out stole it. And now he's saying he's not paying me anything. So, um, AC Kelly, roll tide. I can't support you on that one, AC. You see the shirt. I can't support you on that one. uh, we are kind of got a rivalry there, but that's the fun part about college football, y'all, is teasing each other, and I have so much fun with all that teasing and giving everybody a hard time about it. And I take it just as well as everybody else can give it. So y'all give it to me. It's college football season, and I'm down for giving it. You can give it all you want to. I'll be out. And thank you, Kathy. Yeah, I would rather just keep making that payment and building the channel. Because I bought that thing mainly for myself. I didn't buy it to put it to work and make a bunch of that. Make a bunch of money with it and all that. Um, YouTube was started for retirement. You know what I mean? Um, that was the whole goal when we started YouTube. Um, was to start the YouTube channel, build a houseboat, move to Key West, get my disability, work part time down there, and do YouTube. And there's making it home. What's happening, y'all? So that was the goal for all that, and the backhoe was going to use it, and then we ended up here. Everything was going good, so I thought, you know what? Again, I'm gonna just keep it and just do that. Once I get the truck going, I'll find some work up there, and or some part-time work, just doing little tinker and stuff like that, handyman stuff again. And I can make decent money with that part-time. There's Stanley York Senior. What's happening, my friend? So I'm not stressing that right now. Yes, it's stressing, but I'm I'm not dying, put it that way. But on the same note, it's I feel like I'm back in college again sometimes, with the money drop, but that's all right. I'll survive it and I will get through it. And thank God for all of you guys because y'all have been so supportive through all of this and, like helping me out with stuff and helping me with parts for the truck and all that kind of all the other stuff and um, I feel very blessed. So, like somebody had made a comment the other day, y'all, about you do all of this work for everybody else and you're not getting paid for it. And well, sometimes it's not all about the money. The way I see it is I've done all this help for all for David and Mary and all these other people. um, I get it back in so many different ways and ways that money can't buy. you know um, Prime example, Scott reaching out to me and offering me the door and somebody sent me the other liner for the pond out here, for the rock waterfall deal that showed up the other day. And so you know what I'm saying, all those kind of things add up in my world. And I don't know, I guess I'm not a greedy person at all, you know what I mean. I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna put it to you this way. George Gordon from Iowa. Thank you, sir. Um, I believe in doing unto others, but do it first, right? So give what you want to. You give what you can, and what you can't give, well, then you just can't give it. But you can give your time, and you can give uh, other things in so many different ways to help other people. And so many people go through their whole lives and not knowing what their purpose is. And for as long as I can remember, I can remember having talks with people and saying, I don't have a clue what my purpose is in this world. I don't know where I fit in this world. I don't know why I'm here. What am I supposed to be doing? And I have to say I am very blessed in that way that I know what my purpose is in this world. And that's to help as many people as I possibly can and not worry about the money. Because every time I've gone and helped somebody, it has always come back to me. Always. It may not come back from that one particular person, but it comes back to you from 5 other people, and it always has. Lauren and Joel, yes, we're running our fireplace that saves on our power bill, right? Oh, yeah, it's wintertime down there, Jonesy. uh, yeah, and it is. A lot of times it is. It's just about doing the right thing. And you know, I don't have any expectations of getting anything back when I help someone because it always comes back to me, whether whether I want it or not. It comes back to me, and I just think I think that's just my purpose in the world. So again, I feel blessed that that happens. Yeah, and yeah, Brian, and yeah, that was awesome. I went over and pulled them a couple of stumps out for them, and they're just the neighbors. They gave me that's the guy that gave me all the pavers. And he's like, man, I got this AC and make it happen. Oh, thank you, Judy. So yeah, and actually AC the thing worked. We plugged it, fixed it, cleaned it up. I had some stuff there. We cleaned it up, stuck it in here, and that thing cooled it right on down. So once I get these 2 walls at the ends of the camper built and finish insulating that back side right there, I think it's gonna be just fine in here. I'm on a budget plan 95 all year round for gas and electric. Wow, that's sweet, Kathy. Can't beat that. Thank you, Auntie Ann. Thank you very much. And if I had millions of dollars, y'all, I would be doing the same thing. I've said that I can't tell you how many times over my lifetime that if I was to ever win the lottery or come into a large sum of money like that, that I would go buy a bunch of equipment and I would just go around fixing veterans' houses and people that can't afford to do their houses. You know, I would just go do it because I can. You know, what was that? I love how YouTube can connect some old radio DJ in Tasmania with people all over Arkansas. And Jonesy, that's another cool thing about YouTube is I get to help so many others than just those immediately around me through via YouTube. Um, whether it be, you know, talking them through a bad day or, or getting them through, um, you know, what she was going through, Julia was going through, and helping her get through that and easing some of her discomfort through some of that. To me, that there is no greater pleasure than that. And I mean, and no, I'm not just saying that either. Like, some people say it just to be saying it. I don't. I do it because that's what I want to do, and it's what helps, and that's what makes them feel better, and that's what it's all about. Yeah, Karen, and everybody can help one way or the other. Whether, like I said, whether it just be your time, just having an ear, help them that way. It's not all about money. Love your attitude. It's oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just the way I've always looked at life, and the fact that um I have all the skill that I have, because y'all, I got to tell you, throughout my years of construction, I bet I've been screwed out of over $100,000. I had one guy get me for 36 grand one time. Okay, granted, now the guy went to prison for 10 years for it, but that's all right. Still, it is what it is. Yeah, and yeah, exactly. Help them, if they don't. And sometimes people just can't afford it. I don't know if any of you all have ever seen the videos on YouTube about the guy that just goes around and helps older people mow their lawns to keep the county from coming to take their home. And that guy gets the cops called on him all the time. Because people just want to see him fail. They're 90 years old. They can't get out there and mow a lawn or keep up with it or spend months in the hospital, and all of a sudden the county's like, okay, well, you're going to get fined if you don't take care of it. Well, what are you going to do? You're in the hospital. So that's kind of stuff like that. I really enjoy watching that guy because he's all the time doing that. And again, if I had the money to do that, that's what I would be doing. uh, you know Income requirement, we are over what is required. Income requirement for um, oh no, I think no, Annie Ann, I don't think it's an income requirement. I really don't, because uh, they send that to me all the time through here too. About basically, they just take your bill over a year's time and they average it out, and then like some months you don't like fall and spring. You're not going to have those big heat and AC bills, so those lower it way down. So those take the average from that, and they just average it all out to make it make it uh, pretty much a steady bill every month, so you're not getting hurt every month. Thank you, Melvin Donnie. Ralph Davis, hello, hello. I've seen is Blaze. Yeah, I've seen Blaze. Yep. And you know, I think that's like I said, I think that's just what you should do in life. Just like I said, whether you can give your time, whether you can give your money, whether you can give stuff or whatever. But the Gators fan is true. Yep. uh, Sir Paul Hyman need a note. He must be sleeping, right? All right. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah, what they did to Wiley, you know, man, I've had a bunch of you comment about that, that I should send that company a bill. And again, best revenge in the world is getting to see karma in action, because you know what? The guy that did that to him is, you know, that karma is going to come back and bite him, unless he's just one of them people in the world that cares more about money than he does about people. And then it may not bite him here on this life, but who knows, somewhere down the road, you know. Well, you know, Alicia, that's, I get taken advantage of a lot. And again, you know, when you get screwed, you get screwed. And it all comes back to me one way or the other, you know. Um, like I said, it may not come back to me through somebody I help or, you know, the person that did me wrong, but it comes back to me tenfold in so many other ways. So, yeah, you know, few grand, yeah, I've taken bigger hits than that and survived. So, you know, and yes, I could go sue him and I could go through all that, but then trying to get back and forth to a courthouse to file paperwork, spend another $500 to file the paperwork to sue him, and then what am I going to get? A judgment and get a lien on his house? That, you know, that, okay, I may not ever see the money. So to me, it's a few grand, not worth it. Karma's going to bite him. And you ready for this? So Big Joe and I pulled out the other day and we see his truck going down the road. Back wheels are doing this number. I said, look at there. Great revenge, getting to see karma in action. He's like, well, they're still rolling though. Oh yeah, they were still rolling at that time. But you ready for this? David and I were coming back from over there the next day, and sure enough, he's walking down the side of the road. I mean, does it get any better than that? I know, and to have him do that to Wiley, yeah, it was just very wrong. Jonesy said it's pouring rain here today. Well, it ain't been pouring here the last couple of days, Jonesy, but it's been raining, and it's been just enough light, steady rain that, you know, it's been nice. It hasn't washed anything out or anything. Just it's enough to where all this dirt work I've been doing is just packing really nice, you know, settling it down. It is funny, isn't it? That yeah, that I just couldn't help but laugh. I rode by and just like, yeah, sucks being you. I couldn't get the window down fast enough. I'd have hung my head out the window. Yeah, it was too funny. So it was I don't know what that was. Oh, my camera's telling me. Oh, you have motion, main camera. I think I have a ghost on my main camera, y'all. So sitting here at my desk, all right, I have four camera view right here. And the one camera up here is all the time showing human body motion. And there's never anybody there. Never. So it's like, okay, I don't know where it's getting body motion. It's not getting uh, trees waving or nothing like that. It just does that. See, Cheryl, and karma can be a nightmare. Oh, Judy Wiley got fired over that whole incident with the dump truck. You know, give him a piece of crap dump truck. So here's the thing. Let me get on that little subject real quick. The boom came up. Okay, once we got the truck emptied out, you got over there to dump the rest of the rock out of there. The boom came up. They claimed that the bottom pin holding that cylinder in came out when that truck tilted sideways. No, that did not happen. Those pins don't just come out like that. And I don't care. You really have to beat that pin out. And you have to have every single bit of weight off of that pin because they're that tight. Well, then come to find out, somebody had just worked on that cylinder before that. Mechanic's fault. Blame it on somebody else. Oh, no, I couldn't have done that. Last job he was on went into a what? Wait a minute. I got to scan back up there. Yeah, yeah. Well, it went into a septic tank, but we have Bertha weighs 18,000 pounds, y'all. I have driven over top of that little 2.5 inch, 3 inch concrete lid that was on there. That backhoe should have went through that thing, many times. I've driven over that 100 times. So, uh, but the fact that they blamed him for that, and then the starter issue, they blamed him for that as well. Now, the starter issue, they said the mechanics have gone through 2 or 3 starters already. I know what the problem is. It was that one wire and the ends on them. Sometimes they just don't make good connection. You just cut the ends off real quick, put a new end on it, crimped it down, put it on there. Wiley's like, no, it's not my truck. I'm not going through all of that time. I'm not doing it. Joe Lotto. Oh, I missed it. Okay. Yeah, it really does, Kimber. It really does. It makes a big difference. There's Mike Birch. What's happening, my friend? Put some thermosol on your window. I'm Bertha. Also, that camera motion is right. it's I don't know what it is because there's nothing out there. Like the dogs don't set it off. Um, every once in a while, a dog will set it off, but it comes up here human motion. But when the dog set it up, it says animal motion. So I don't know. Now we're no Bud Light tonight, just because of I don't know. Like I said, I'm one of them people. I got to be in a mood to have a cold beer, and it's got to be like really really hot, and after I've been working all day or something like that. But working inside in the house, I got no right. I have no desire for beer. Mike Birch, Joseph O'Brien in Tampa. How's my friend down there in Tampa? I agree, Don. It was a freak accident, but they needed somebody to blame. The mechanic didn't want to take the blame for not getting the pin in there all the way. You know, that could have seriously done some damage to somebody, and they just didn't want to take that blame. Wes Malone, well, Fuzzy, late as usual. Oh, better late than never, Wes. uh, well, depending on which end of it you're on, anyway. Getting cold, time for whiskey, right? Aye, especially if you're a Scottish lad. There's Backroads 82. Yeah, it did. It had a broken tailgate then. I told him right back then, that wasn't the issue. It was the bed of the truck, the boom that puts the bed of the truck up. The pin, the bottom pin. They tried to say when he hit that hole and got the truck sideways, that bottom pin came out. No way. That there's too much torque on that for that to happen. I know, right? I agree. Back road, yeah. Yeah. That's all right. Again, karma, because now look at all that business they lost. Look at all of us YouTubers up here that are constantly wanting rock and be needing rock. And no, they don't come out. And you can't hardly beat them out, especially if there's any kind of weight on them. Even if it's weight torque sideways, especially if it's torque sideways, that's not going to happen. I know I have replaced them pins before and using a crane and a backhoe or a track hoe and picking those up like that. Even then, you've got to beat them out, and they are not easy. Get that plug in there, Jonesy. 795 subs, 3,300 watch hours, and trying to get to that next level. Oh, he's getting there. Getting there. Rock or dirt, Gary? Yeah, rock. That's the guy that everybody gets their rock from up here. But guess what? Ain't nobody getting it anymore. And even David said, you know what? I'd rather pay the extra money and give it to Wiley than I would give them another dime. And I think all of us up here have all agreed on that as well. That we'll just bite the bullet and just pay a little bit more for it and get Wiley to make the 3 or 4 loads. At least he's making the money that way. Yeah, and faulty truck, exactly. And mechanics not wanting to, accept it because then, the guy would be going after the mechanics and getting new mechanics. Well, big truck mechanics are big truck mechanics, and yeah. Uh, oh yeah, Joe. That's Wiley's personal truck. It's actually a 2017 four-wheel drive dually Chevrolet chassis sitting underneath that bed. I mean, underneath that body. Yeah. So I mean, it's four-wheel drive, everything. He just put that cab on there. I mean, all the dash is all 2017 truck, everything inside there. AC, the whole 9 yards. Ariel, blessing, shalom, shalom, a friend. 4 minute warning. You'll stop telling me what to do. uh, so yeah, that like I said, that company that'll bite them. You know, that's a lot of business they just lost right there, especially for all of us up here. A lot of business they lost. So you know, it's kind of a blessing in disguise. Wiley had that brand new dump trailer. Granted, he can't haul as much rock as everybody else, you know, them big trucks, but you know, I even had a dream the other night. I thought, you know what? If I won the lottery, I'd just go buy Wiley a dump truck. There you go, Wiley. Now you can hook everybody else up. Gotta run. Have a good one, back road. See you soon, man. I should send them a bill, but again, I figure that money loss is gonna hurt them a whole lot more in the long run. Had to get your dinner cooked. What happened to that, David? Roll Tide. AC Kelly, I love it. So, you know, I'm going to keep showing off the shirt every time you do that, too. I haven't even looked at the Gator schedule to see what's going on with that. Uh, to see if they play them this year or not, Alabama or not. I'm sure they probably do because they do every year. But you know, the SEC's got everything all messed up right now and turned around, flipped over. So who knows if they're playing? I'll have to get into that and look at that. You know, next weekend's my birthday, so you know, I invited a few people over, and we're gonna have some cookout and do that, and you know, see if we can't listen to something or might do a live or something like that. But yeah, like I'm have Mary and all them all come up, and we're all gonna hang out, and just David's gonna come over, and Big Joe's gonna come over, and get out here and see what we can do. Yeah, I mean, and I think that's what you should do. Stick together, community, stick together, make that happen. You know what I mean? And you know, should have been, could have been. Sorry about your luck, fool. You know, uh, go live on the birthday. Okay, I will definitely do that then. Yeah, we'll set that up, and hopefully nobody will get offended in case a word pops out there or something. You know, because will be a football game going on in the background, so you never know. And thank you, Kelly. Appreciate that. Yeah, I will be 61. 61? See what happens when you get old? Gotta sit there and count the numbers back. Yeah, 61. I did that more when I was 40 and 50 than I did when I got up here closer to 60. 25 again. Yeah, that's my lie. I'm sticking to that. I like Jonesy's lie better than mine. All right, Reverend Dream. Good night. Have a good one. If you're only over there in Russellville, you get over this way, holler at me, man. Send me your number and let's chat. Someone takes Gary. He's behind the comments. Oh, did I miss one? See, David remember 61. What was it? Just want to see your birthday suit. uh, Tony putting up the Tigers. Yep, there you go. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. Alicia, have a good night too. I'm trying to scan back up there and see which ones I missed. Okay. Charlene, 101 in Central California. I heard y'all been getting a heat wave up there. There's Cat Cat. What's happening? All right. Thank you all for that. Yeah, I'm trying to catch back up. And it is just a number because I don't feel like I'm 61. I mean, there's days when I'm overtime. Oh, well. There's days when I just feel like I'm 110, but you know, dead man walking, right? October be a great granny. You go, Doris. I'm hoping that my great stuff like that doesn't happen for a good while yet. All right, so I guess we got the. I don't know if the grades are going live or not. Has anybody heard? There's Durham, 20 years younger than you. Uh-oh. Sweet. Thank you, Mike. We appreciate that. Diamond Ridge. I missed you. Yes, I did. I'm sorry, Diamond Ridge. I seen you pop in there, but I forgot. And Joey, go blue with the Wolverines. There's my home state. Uh, Stanley says he don't feel like he's 84. You know, I used to have one of my customers used to, it was 97, 98, would still get out there and mow the lawns every day. So I don't know if the Grady's are going live, but if they are, then go check out the Grady's after this. And then we got uh, Tim over there at Ridge Life. He's going on at 7. So y'all go check him out. And got to visit my great granddaughter today. That's awesome, Tracy. So yes, I will go ahead and let y'all go so you can go check out them other folks and show them some love, because that's what we all do around here. We show each other some love and keep everybody going. So midnight vlogs. I'm Gary's age, but I feel it's 80. There's days when I feel that 80. I feel 160 some days. But for the most part, oh, look at there. Sunshine. What? Well, ain't gonna be long lasted. So anyway, I love y'all. I will go ahead and get off of here so y'all can go do that. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it very much. Y'all go check out Jonesy on tour. Get him up there. And y'all stay safe. Go out there and do something nice for somebody, even if it's just a kind word. All right? We love y'all. See y'all next week. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Is it end the stream already? Stop talking.